Yes, it's done. All right. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, let me take a drink before I saw your thumbnail and was immediately like, what in the fuck is he doing? Okay. Alright. Felix is oddly excited for this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's, I hope it sucks. Okay. From Faye's World with Love. It was an older inn, built in Spanish mission-style architecture, pinkish tan, and weathered from the winds. To some, it might be fancy, although not as luxurious as more modern... Oh, as one more modern, but thankfully closer to the ground. Another day blended with the rest. A cascade of near-boiling water scraped and eroded away at the muck of the world, collected from the last 30 or so hours, as billowing, comforting clouds of steam calmly drifted away, covering mirrors and screens with drops of condensation. I have to move this over. The squeak of a stainless knob signaled the end of the bath as a young man with bright blue hair stepped free from the shower, a welcome respite from the northeastern California cold. His heterochromatic eyes, bloodshot from sleep deprivation, glittered in the foggy mirror as he toweled off and applied hotel-supplied body lotion. Getting dressed, he slipped on a pair of white briefs. Briefs? Really? And Pipkin Pippa designed programming socks. Who would see him anyway? And over it, a white button-down shirt he'd been wearing to sleep in for the past few days away from home. Fucking tidy whities, apparently. It was for the vibe. Alright. Normally, he'd never put such care into what he dressed, ate, or used, but the loneliness had consumed a part of him this trip. That part of him hoping that the improvements might net him a catch. Gamer, hold. I'm just gonna pause. I might be lonely. I might be a very lonely person. But if the girl that I am with cares about how I dress, if they don't let me or don't think that it's fine if I wear my weeb shit, they aren't worth it. Just let me wear what I want. I just want to be comfy. So true. Exactly. Preach. Yeah. Just as he was moving to drop his smartphone into his shirt pocket, I also would not put that there. Very few are worth it, to be quite honest. Seki, literally every woman on the planet cares what you wear. I don't think that's true. There's like that 1% that actually gives a fuck about just personality, and yeah. Small 1%. Actually, to an extent, that is true. Literally, my wife hates wearing certain clothes unless needed. Even then, she makes sure she's comfortable. Yep. The distinctive sound of feet pattering across the floor came from his hotel room. He moved, paranoid, the .380 ACP Ria Baby Rock two-tone model with a titanium blue side and blacked out frame, decorated with black and white sweetheart grips displaying a petite young woman in a princess gown, was snatched up from his fox leather holster. It's hammer cocked. It's the gun from your profile picture? It is? I thought it was a Glock. Unless this model is a Glock of some sort that I don't know. Well, I thought it was a Glock because I asked my sister to draw a Glock. So, I don't know. Cautiously, the man opened the door, pistol in his hand, and stepped back at the sight. He rubbed his eyes. Surely this was just an effect of staying up late. It's not, but please continue. Dude, I don't know guns at all. No, I've fallen asleep in the shower and I'm dreaming. Never question the American gun nerd, Seki. I mean, it's fairly cartoonish, so it's hard to place down exactly what it is, but I would consider that a lot just from first glance. Maybe it's for the best with how autistic the people that make Glocks are. Let's see. Dimmed electric lights combined with a distinct streak of moonlight illuminated from his hotel bedroom. Tan carpet against the bronze flooring, dark orange walls paired with golden leaf sidings, and elaborate mosaics glistening on the wall supported by ivory pillars. Lying on his bed, facing away from the window, was a spectacularly gorgeous young woman. Teal blue hair that matched his, aquamarine eyes gleaming with desire. While she wore her recognizable lady gloves, golden star headband, and gartered stockings, her idol's dress and high heels lay strewn on the floor in front of him. Removed quickly in preparation for intimacy, having been replaced by a sheer slip that proudly displayed a delicate yet full body, her soft, supple breasts merely covered by a tiny micro bra. Gamer? How? 0 to 100. Okay. What the fuck are lady gloves? I don't know, like the long gloves? The like... alrighty, yeah, alright. A clove cigarette dangled between her little fingers, a crystal ashtray placed on the bed. It's a... It's a very good costume, Newt, but it's not convincing me. The man's pistol remained ready, though his mind wasn't, instead racing with the thought and pulsing with blood and adrenaline. This isn't a joke, if that's what you're thinking. It really is just me. Her voice... trilled? Triled? So high and perfect, she giggled, turning into a distinctive squeak of amusement. I don't want to read the next line. I really don't want to read the next line. then you shouldn't. It's a pre-recorded message. Think again. The young man tested the waters. You really are Jelly Hoshiumi in the flesh. She grinned. My friends call me Jerry. Felix? Do you watch Jelly? Overcome by a sudden libido sparked confidence, the young man sat down on the bed next to her. Mine call me Sekigema. Well, no, usually it's just Seki. Do you watch Jelly is going to be an ongoing question for people just trying to jump on the meme. I smell fake Star Knights. Overcome by a what? Ow! Awkwardly, yet adoringly, she extended a gloved hand to his, which he shook. Put it away, she asked, pointing to his handgun. There's no need. Sorry, he slipped its safety on, placing it on the bedside table next to her diamond ring. You scared me when you came in. They stared at each other for a moment, eyes locking. Cigarette? She retrieved a diamond-encrusted cigarette case from under the covers, opening it. He didn't smoke it, but it didn't matter. Why not? He took one from her, placing it in his mouth. There's so many things wrong. So many things wrong right now. Wait a minute, hold on. I feel like I missed a bunch of shit. You have someone... I have one here. Jelly placed her hand on Seki's neck, slowly drawing him in as the flames of her cigarettes touched, lighting his. The warmth of the tobacco and coolness of the cloves sparked and sang together as Seki was suddenly enthralled, lust replacing the disbelief he had just been so full of before. Seki smoking, that's funny. Yeah. Usually these come after, don't they? After what? Jelly asked in a pretend innocent tone, leaning back against the pillow as her cigarette burned away. Her gem-like eyes sparkled in amorousness, silently begging him as she put herself in the most vulnerable position she could open herself to. It isn't that kind of cringe that it's making me want to die. The premise of this entire stream was a horrible idea. Yep. You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, he murmured, his own eyes razor-focused on every curve, every line, every slight soft bend of the skin, the direction her short and perfect hair fell upon that stunning face. You look just like the hentai I've commissioned of you, Jelly remarked and gave her cigarette one last puff before snubbing it in the ashtray and putting it and her cigarette case on the bedside table, signaling Seki to do the same, which he did. I want a memento of this, he thought out loud. Am I not enough for you? Jelly asked, suddenly jealous. Uh-huh. The merchandise I ordered, is it here? He intently looked around his room, only finding his own luggage. Must we talk about it now? Jelly responded, tugging his sleeve. It's at the FaZe US regional warehouse, isn't it? He continued, weighing his options. Jelly nodded. I hope you have a good reason for personalities making zero fucking sense in this. Seki slowly losing his brain cell each sentence he reads. Yep. If you could retrieve it for me, we could meet at the convention tomorrow. Like we were attendees. Please. Jelly grasped his neck again, pulling him closer to her. We could talk about that in the morning. She started to unbutton his shirt and remove his briefs. Again, wouldn't wear briefs. As he reached from below to the bottom of her slip and tugged down her lace panties. His other hand found and pulled the knot for her bra, her pert nipples bursting free. Their lips met and held, warmth flowing freely as their clothes fell apart, and they found one another's hands curiously violating their bodies' most private. Are you sure you want this one? I don't know. Becky's blood pulsed at the utter sight and sensation of Jelly's softly gloved hands around his masculinity, while his fingers found her femininity. As he felt his body become uncontrollably taut and rigid, Jelly moaned in delight, kicking at his legs with hers in an attempt to draw him ever closer, as he gave way and he fell against her like rain. Okay. The pair matched each other's every move, mouth to mouth, chest to chest, belly to belly, skin to skin, Seki's nerves firing like a flare as Jelly writhed in ecstasy against him. He could feel her now, her tight and squeezing embrace, so soft yet so firm against his steel-straight vigor. They rolled and rolled and rolled again, neither of them ceasing their racket of movement and cries for a second as they clutched one another, the way a sailor clung to the mast of a sinking ship. Seki could start to feel her give way, the moistness of her crevice rapidly increasing, the diameter rapidly decreasing. And all of a sudden, he could not control himself any longer either. Fountains of desire erupted forth as he kissed her, kissed her, kissed her, once more and once again, only to be interrupted by a groan and moan of pure affection. Time stood still before starting again. Their glistening eyes met. They couldn't tell where Jelly's hair stopped and Seki's hair began. I want more, Jelly murmured, staring straight into Seki's soul as he hugged him so strongly it alone would inspire jealousy in her colleagues. Me too. Seki was almost in tears of joy and utter passion as he clung to her, desperate for every single heartbeat, drinking in every pulse of heat. This is just smut! This entire thing is pure smut! He summoned the strength to extricate himself from her valleys, only to flip her onto her stomach to reveal a beautifully round ass and thrust himself upon her again. Can you read this a second time with a little more life in your voice? No. Their lips met once more as their love reached fever pitch, their faces turning onto their sides as Seki pressed Jelly against the covers, adoring and eating at her warmth as he let out a sigh of utter pleasure in the act. Jelly responded, laughter and delight turning quickly into exerted yelps of bliss. To be fair, you did say the only real rule was no slurs. That was a mistake. They continued like this for precious minutes, raging on and savoring every slightest touch for as long as they could, as Seki began to slow down, shallower, less rapid. Sensing an opening, Jelly's blushing cheeks turned into a mischievous smile as she rolled the pair over. I know, right? I was gonna say minutes, not hours. Seki obliging as he held on for dear life and the preservation of his euphoria. How many words is this? I don't know. His nose touching her neck, her cheek, the strands of beautiful hair next to them, his hands playing across her supple chest and exploring her sensitive ravines in wonder as he felt her bounce across his manhood while he returned the favor. Seki leaned back against the pillow, pressing his torso lower and his hips higher, Jelly squealing as the pleasure deepened. Both of them endured for a while, adoring, crooning to each other in soft cries of bliss, before Seki's strength gave way to waves of even greater enrapturement, Jelly yelping at the sheer force of the spray as her legs quivered open. Okay. Their bodies separated, mine still processing the sensations as they lay on their backs, breathing heavily. For a moment, it seemed that both of them were resigned to sleep, and then Jelly slowly made the climb back up Seki's column and straddled him. He sat up in return, his face in her sweat-misted chest, her gloves on the back of his neck once more. Their souls tumbled together as the bed rocked again. Jelly devoured the sight of such a pretty face in her hands and a handsome body under her legs. Seki, inebriated at the glorious form of his Oshi, displayed in such intimacy to his eyes and hands and manhood, as they kissed again, tongues meeting and rubbing and locking. God, there's still a fucking... God, I love you, Jelly managed between squeaks of glee. I love you too, Seki returned, arms coiling around the prime body of his dear Oshi. Their eyes, pearls, wet with tears of joy, connected once more and held for a while as the pounding surf of desire rose and then subsided again. Seki turned to his side to let Jelly lie down. As their bodies still connected from hair to toe, dreams of each other consumed them. You know, I have to have a certain level of respect for you. You stuck it out no matter the fuck what. Two shadows lingered over the couple in the starlight, having gone totally unnoticed by the pair while they lurked in the window, dressed in trench coats to shelter themselves from the California cold, which is ironic. A short pair of white-feathered wings with streaks of reddish-brown poked from the slots in the coat over a slung quiver of arrows, the bow which he held in his hands. The other, more human one, with the help of his Cupid companion and a ladder, had hoisted a video camcorder with a paparazzi's lens to their hiding spot. Its red light signaling an ongoing live stream, which he finally ended with the push of a button. I don't understand, Tommy remarked from behind his viewing screen. I've never heard either of them talk like this before. Love makes you foolish, I would know, Felix responded, inspecting an arrow tipped with a golden syringe before sliding it back into its quiver. The light of his lucky strike menthol glowed once more as he plucked it from his mouth and snuffed it on the wall next to the window. So, what'd you think? I think it's content, Tommy responded, still filming Jelly and Seki as they slept. Surely his loyal moderator would have more to say about his employer's sexual activities as mere just content. I planned this scenario for a damn week, Felix complained. It's very good content, Felix, Tommy admitted, smiling. Should be plenty for Phase Connect black text white background statements, for the VTubing subreddit, for the 4chan boards, for the drama tubers. Thank you, Tommy. The Cupid lit another cigarette as he grinned. I love my job, you self-inserting motherfucker. Dude. Dude. Hold on. What the fuck was his name? What the fuck was his name? Dude! Felix, if... that... I'm just saying, for that ending... for the ending... Bro, you pulled a fucking Neil Druckmann. You pulled a motherfucking Neil Druckmann, who, if you didn't know, chat, he's the one that made The Last of Us, the games, alright? Alright? The Last of Us games, and self-inserted himself in The Last of Us 2 to have, fucking sex with the lesbian. which was interesting. Neil Druckmann. Yep. That ending, what you were pulling a fucking Neil there. Also, I'm offended on many people's behalf here because all of the personalities, except for, I guess, yours, are so incorrect. And you can't pull a love makes people think different here? God, I fucking hate Neil Druckmann, that piece of shit. I fucking hate him so goddamn it. I'm such a big fucking fan of Jack and Dexter, and this motherfucking piece of shit has ruined any chance. Lore. Yeah, you need to work on your lore here. On several bases. Gamer. Also, I think I'm also offended that you think that Tommy would unironically say it's very good content, should be plenty for Face Connect, black text, white background statements for VTubing subreddit and 4chan board and drama tubers. I am offended for Tommy on that one. Jesus, he needed an excuse to write smut, I guess. I want my lifespan left back. I want it back. So the next one, there wasn't a single pun about Seki being rock solid. The next one, what?